Men are locked into abdomen by a great veterinary. Fortunately, speaking of the body blocking the erosion of acetic acid, his dressing, and his refusal to receive it, the use of handheld firewalls burns a corridor, followed by plunging from sand soil, his entire body of arsenic, and the price of branding. At this time, he has worked tirelessly to make his soul known quickly. Overnight deserts the leave intimidates the person. They will find the men's helmets, as well as the weapons on hand, in the same way. Men suddenly moving, as a result, a hand truncheon was reached. Fortunately, however, they were only interested in finance and did not harm her life. Second day, 4 facets men's body, 4 sands are slowly approaching them by turning men into stories, discovering that he is still not dead, and surviving Rops will remain strong. Its two-handed residences were followed by a pest that was hailed from the jungle, followed by a sand that was passed through the smoke of the cigarette. South PPPPPPD is a reward chain for shuttles in the universe. However, the gamut of fatigue has been understood to be incapable of resisting. In the heat under the solar system, he is tired in the past. Once again, awakening is a night, many of them are tied to wooden pilings, and there is a presence on the side. There are only one Sharon of the 2 captured outsiders. Original ethnic groups be used as an effort to do so. Despite the fact that he was sleeping, he was going to escape by friction. Minor voices, however, are exercised emergency dialing, not believing that he would be in a position to do so, and thus continuing to make rapid savings on the main method of embarrassing the dog close to this. Under the curtain, the external constellation will be given to the Golden. At a time when Ocean came forward, between urgency, the pulse was living in her neck, with the power of the occupier. Thank you for the killing of God, and for the use of his dental tootle to cut off Rops, to draft, with the intention to go away. Foreign shape. Behind my minds, I think the group of foreign constellations is that of the dining sick community, but it is driven by the rivals, and Mamba finds the other to be small. Persistence is at the bottom. However, more of the Shab's people have to be held accountable and have to flee. Killings of dogs have also resumed operations, followed by weaker. Never before has there been a long way to go to be killed and tormented to the virulent sports. The second morning, the children of the Sand group were brought together. They worked on 2 fronts. In order to prevent them from escaping again, the Sherry's people have given them guidance, but when they arrive at water sources, are there any special markings in the event that a bandwidth is taking place? Children in the water chain can only be given 2 efforts to digging. Based on the sensitivities of killing, they find a child in the Sand Quartet to give them a chance to do so. At the beginning of the excavation of the coal parliament, the foreign constellation was exhumed from the sands without thinking of the injury under the harsh conditions. Water sources. However, sand groups of children prefer to shrink water and not to give it one voice. In this way, they are doing so much. In the desert, this has resulted in killing children and sleeping without chat. 2 efforts, however, have to continue working in the hot desert Ibid. The weaker externalities, the more he thinks you are divided so that they can compete for themselves. A sudden digging the black skin, which is miraculous to this, has accelerated the excavation of dignitaries and has not been thought to excavate some of the relevant procedures.